God speaks every language and every dialect, to every person and every culture. God uses men and women from around the world
and all throughout history
to teach us more about both our own true nature and the nature of existence. Differences between cultures have caused many different descriptions in the religious texts of humanity. Religious and spiritual texts should not be viewed as competing doctrines vying for your devotion, but as guides to help you walk the path only you can walk. Our personifications of God may differ, but they are all, in truth, describing the same God. God is not concerned with what book you read that helped you to know Him. God does not care what name you give Him, or what religion you claim as your own. You are not punished for not knowing God, and there is no devil after your soul. What belief God brings is not salvation, it is understanding and wisdom. It does not matter how you came to know God. What matters is that you know God. But the salvation or damnation of your soul is not dependent on belief in God, because your soul was never at stake. Every religion and every science is simply different puzzle pieces of the same puzzle. What is gained from belief in God is a greater understanding of yourself, the world, and the universe. You will not be punished for not believing in God. There is no hell, besides the hell your mind creates. But there is reward in believing. The reward is not heaven. The reward is wisdom, understanding, peace, and love. God is not some separate personification, some old man in the clouds watching and judging you, waiting to decide if you will go to heaven or hell based on your limited understanding of the true nature of God. How can any human, with our finite perspectives, ever get a full view of the limitless nature of God? God exists outside of space and time. It is the force that holds the universe together. It is what keeps the laws of physics the way they are, and it is the awareness from which all awareness arises. It is not a he, nor is it a she, but it is you and it is me. God is the infinite void. It is everything and it is nothing. Nothing can be added to infinity and nothing can be taken away. It cannot be divided and it cannot be multiplied. How then could the universe be created? How can God construct something without any outside materials to use to build? The same process we humans use to create without adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing ourselves, without using outside materials. We were created and are contained within the mind of God. We are the imagination of the infinite awareness that we call God. God, in my simplest definition, is awareness. Not thoughts or ideas, but the pure awareness lying within everything. The part of you that watches the thoughts in your head. It is the part of me that is a part of you. The part of us that is a part of everything. My favorite analogy is Romeo and Juliet. While all the characters in the plays are their own separate entities, they are all contained and created within the mind of Shakespeare. You are not God, but God is you. Just as Romeo is not Shakespeare, but Shakespeare is Romeo, Juliet, and all the characters in all of his plays. The physical universe is no more real than your dreams. The difference between the two is that the physical universe was created by the infinite awareness we call God. Having created the entire universe, we then forgot our own true nature, as the awareness that is all awareness, to explore the universe of our own mind, the infinite mind that is God, interacting with different parts of ourself, debating whether or not the part of us that created everything exists or does not. It is like the atoms in our bodies debating whether or not we exist. Anger is an anchor, keeping you in the harbor of sorrow and despair. Forgiveness is the winds that carry you into the sea of peace and bliss. Learn to go beyond forgiveness. Learn to be thankful for the experiences and the lessons learned. Without the experiences, you would not be who you are today. Don't forgive and forget. Instead, you should forgive and be thankful. Learn what lessons your experiences can teach you. You cannot and will not learn them any other way. Every moment is an opportunity to discover something new about yourself. Don't let them pass you by. Fools focus on what they lost, but wise men focus on what they have gained. You cannot change the things that happen to you, but you can change how they make you feel. Only then will you find the peace that has always been within you. The world cannot tell you who you are. Only you can know who you are. Be the kind of person you wish others would be. Maybe there's a reason life seems so difficult. Pressure turns coal into diamonds. Maybe there's a reason for the storms. Without the rain, there could be no rainbow. Struggling is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Everything happens exactly how it is supposed to, exactly when it is supposed to. So stop worrying, stop swimming upstream. Just ride with the flow of the river we call life. You will find it much more satisfying. If you are focusing on some sort of flaw in whom you are, take a moment and remember that the only thing wrong with you is your perspective of yourself. You are no better than the worst of them and no worse than the best of them. We are all one, sharing both our greatest triumphs and our biggest failures. We are exactly who and where we need to be to help us all grow. Believe tomorrow will be better, and it will be. Believe it will be worse, and it will be. The choice is yours. When you think it is impossible, it becomes impossible. When you think it is achievable, it becomes achievable. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Fear nothing, for you are not your body, and no true harm can ever come to you. The world is a product of your own imagination. When you desire nothing, you will realize that you have and know everything. Desire is the result of you looking to the outside for the things that can only be found within, the things we have always had but have forgotten were within us. When it seems like your burden is far too large or far too heavy to carry, always remember, pressure turns coal into diamonds. There is a rainbow after the heaviest rains. It takes a cocoon to turn a caterpillar into a butterfly. Beautiful flowers grow out of the dirt. Forest fires germinate seeds and create new life. The universe started with an explosion, and you are the result of all that has happened to you. Sometimes life has to be a little rough to polish and shape us into our purest form. So embrace the pressure, embrace the flames. Let them shape you and mold you into something new and beautiful. Let the impurities melt away, and you will be left with only the purest, most beautiful parts of yourself. The largest burdens are placed on those who are most capable of carrying them. There are many paths to the top of the mountain. Some of them will twist and turn, going both up and downhill with lots of views along the way. Some will lazily circle the mountain, slowly going higher and higher, but taking quite some time to reach the top. Some of them are full of danger and people saying, "Go back, this is not the way." Then there are those who will take the most direct route, regardless of how much of a struggle it will be, climbing sheer cliffs and sharp rocks with the single goal of reaching the top. But the end result is always the same, and we will all be reunited as we gather together on top of the mountain.